Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurazo here, coming to you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Mark Watch for you guys today. And of course, we have some more Splight buyouts, like always. At this point, I think it's going to be like a daily or at least at minimum a weekly thing that some sort of card gets discovered with Splight, either countering it, you could play it, etc., etc. And we're going to see some sort of buyout at this point. But we have a lot of other interesting buyouts today. Now, if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Let's see if we get 100 likes on this video. The goal is 3,500 subs by the end of the year, and about 32% of people watch my videos are unsubscribed. So hopefully today's day earn your subscription. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to know this costs you, and consider being a YouTube channel member. Help support out the channel for more openings, all that stuff. And you get invited, depending on what tier you get invited to a cool Discord along with other perks. So I'm gonna get right into it here. So Deep Sea Diva from 2 pack booster 4. Yeah, I couldn't say that well. Near mints are 235 and 250 respectively. Now, this is just the new price for this. Now, when I saw Lone Fire from Turbo Hack getting bought out, which I told you guys to get those as well, I said you gotta get Diva because Diva's also played in Edison format, as well as in a lot of other water decks. Now, this card is getting bought out because of Splight mainly, but it did go up to about $100. I told people to get this at 50, and I said $100 could still go up from there. If you didn't get your copies, sucks, but the train's left the station here. Now, ultra rare Deep Sea Divas, which were like $2, $3, $4 here, 15 bucks, going up to $16 here, for your playsets, going up to about 17, 18, 20 bucks here. You see me here with a playset for $17 here. This is just the new price of this card, because people could play in Splight, people could play in Edison, and this is the highest rarity of the card that is not the tournament pack, so people really want it. Now, remember when I told you guys to get Deep Sea Divas gold rares for like 50 cents? Well, if you did, your penny stocks are about to raise because now they're $2 whole. You have 386 here from Gamer's Choice here, so you have a wall here. It's not going past 245. But your bulk rares are now worth money for this set, so good job. Now, number 65, Djinn Buster. Now, this is a solo print out of Shadow Specters. And funny enough, I actually told people, hey, you should grab this for it being a number, and it is a rank 2, so it could possibly be played in Splites. I talked about this card, it was about $2, $3. Well, now the near mints are 14 here. You got first and lightly played. Well, you got another first and near mint here for about 7 before they basically jump up to the moon. This card's not too bad, but it takes 2 level 2 dark monsters, which I believe Splites have. During either player's turn, when an opponent's monster effect is activated, you detach, you negate the activation, and then you inflict a whole 500 damage to your opponent, which, I mean, it could come up in time, who knows. I mean, it's something, right? But this is basically, it's not Omni Negate, but it's a, which I'm surprised it's not, but it's a generic monster negate, which is pretty good. And it's whenever a monster effect is activated, so this could technically stop hand traps, I believe, so they could kind of play this mid combo and all that. Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier from Elemental Legendary Duelist Magical Hero. Now, I told people, whatever hero cards don't get reprinted will go up, right? We've seen, Bane just gold go up, Ferris went up. We saw, and now we're seeing, Ferris and Vision getting reprinted. Well, Liquid Soldier, the card without a reprint, tends to go up to about $115, $120. This is a one-of, by the way. This is so crazy to me how only heroes, and I'll repeat this till the day I die, only heroes can make cards that are just a one-of in the deck and is only played in hero decks go above $100, right? 115 here. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you guys here. Germans for 50 here. If you really want to play the deck, just get the one German copy. It's not the nicest to look at. Bring a translation, but, oh well. Aromatherapy Jasmine. I also believe that they'll put this eventually in a reprint, in some type of set where they reprint it, because this set is due for reprints. We've already seen, Magician Souls. We've seen the Dark Magicians, right? So look at Solar is on the chopping block for a reprint, but we've gone through all our reprint sets, I believe, so far. Like, we're not getting a reprint set for a while. So, this card's safe for a little bit, unless I'm wrong here. Now, Aromatherapy... Oh, wait. We have Battles of Legends, I believe, eventually. But, Aromatherapy Jasmine here, coming out of Dual Power. Now, I told people to grab this at $2 to $4 because this card's really good with plants. You tribute, and then you special summon a plant from your deck, right? Getting more bonuses, right? If you gain LP in any way, you also get a cool effect, right? And if your LP is higher than your opponent's, it gives free protection, right? It's really good in Aromages, and it's really good now with generic plant stuff. Well, $10 is your cheapest card, if you cheapest copy. If you got this at $2 to $4, congratulations. The trade has left the station though. I could, depending on what they do. I mean, you have 53 listings here. I don't think that the card's gonna skyrocket further than that, but you never know. If you need this card, I would just keep monitoring the price because hopefully it goes down. Now, Orchestrated Harp, you got near mids here. You have 750 going up to $10. I told people to grab this in the middle of us getting bans because we're now in banless season, and I'm going to repeat this for those who don't know. You're always going to want to get your ban cards in the middle of the banless season, right? Or just to be safe, call it like a month and a half after we get a ban list, say maybe 2 months, right? Because once we get a ban list approaching, people are going to look at the ban cards, especially the ban cards are most likely to come back, Harp being popular, and be like, oh, we should grab this card. You know, what happens if it comes up, right? And then you're going to see all these crazy price spikes. I told people to get supers at $2. I told people to grab supers at $3. I told people to grab supers at $4. Well, now it's $7.50 going up to basically $9-10 here. If you want this card at this point, you have to just see if it comes off the ban list. It's either going to skyrocket, and if it doesn't, then you could grab it then. Because it's approaching a little too much already. If you want to be a little extra safe, like if you actually would play Orchest if this came back to 1, grab your 1 super copy, I guess, at $7.50. It's not great, but should grab it with earlier. Now, rares, on the other hand, you do have rares at like 55 cents. And I'm kind of wondering where these will go if we get this off the list. Now, obviously, it's all about the super, but I told people, if you see these in bulk or you have, pick them out, pay a quarter for them. Just hold on to it. Rares could go up to $2-3. I think that's possible. Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle here. At about $20 for an unlimited, and that's it for a super rare. Now, I don't want to say this got bought out because it's a fairy and it's, plated agents and all that, because it's not, from what I've seen. I haven't seen, at least I have not seen a build so far playing this, but I actually don't understand why this card is getting bought out. Maybe it's because of the anticipation of the new Crystal Beast stuff. I believe we're also getting a structure deck, or the OCG is getting a structure deck, something along those lines, but we're definitely getting Crystal Beast support in the future. I don't know if it's because of that, but this was a straight bout, and someone bought one for $20, which is insane to me. These are 5. So if you have these, offload them right now. Now, there is the Hobby League version, and these are about $65 for an airman. That's just a joke. I mean, a mod play sold for $8. I can't blame him. If I see, lightly plates at 60, a mod play for $8, I can at least resell that for $30. This is good thinking right there. Mod play for $9. I mean, this card was always quite a little bit of money, to be frank with you. It was always a little too much, but now it's just gone to the moon. If anyone can tell me why this is getting bought out, please let me know. Sapphire Pegasus, Ultimate Rares. You have unlimited mods for about 64 here. Lightly plates for basically $100, 98 right there, going up to 110. First editions are about mod plate 85 for, I'd rather have a first ed mod for 85 than a light play for 100, in my opinion, because I just really like the first ed stamp. First ed light play is 185, and then first ed intermits is $400. Now, if this first edition mod play ends up being like more towards light play, or at least looks good in his sleeve, because sometimes he'll just have a crease that's not too big, right? A crease could take a large part of the card, could take a small part of the card, whatever. This could at least look good in the sleeve, so $85, depending on how it looks, might not be too bad, but it's definitely a gamble. If anyone ends up buying this and gets a lightly played, hey, they won a lot of money. Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus from the Collector Tins. Now, this is definitely, okay, I see this rising for sure here. Now, we're only going to go over light plays and near mints here. Near mints are $35. Lightly plays are $50. This is the one to buy out. This is very, very good because it places, when it's normal summoned or flipped or specialed, basically any type of summon, right? You place a Crystal Beast from your hand, deck, or graveyard to your face-up spell shop zone, and it's treat as the continuous spell, which all Crystal Beasts basically are. And if it's destroyed at all in the main, you put it in the spell trap, right? This card's actually really good at getting your place and all that started for a Crystal Beast. So this actually is the correct buyout. I don't know about Ruby Carbuncle bullshit, but I know this card's what you should be buying for sure. I told people to get this when it was cheap, like $5 to $10. I couldn't sell mine. I actually was picking this up from people because people actually had this to sell. A bunch of light plays or stuff that would consider closer to near mint. Glad I did not list them. That is something I have to do today. Now, you do have the GX ones here. They may not be as glorious, but they are beautiful secrets. $2. Yeah, 20 here for 3. Might not be a bad investment, to be honest with you here. Sapphire Pegasus Ultra Rares. I want to see where these are, actually, because I'm going to look lightly played in your mitts here. So, lightly played unlimiteds are 5, 6, going up to basically 10. First set light play here, you got one here for 10. Near mitts are $18, and first set near mitts are about 18 to 20. People would rather have the secret rare because it looks a lot better. It's from the tin, so it looks cool. I guess that's why this is a lot lower, but you do have a cheap light play here. You have, a light play here for $3, $4, 5, before they go up to about 10s. Then you have a first set light play here for about $11 if you want it, because once that and the near mints are gone, you're looking at about $20 for it. Good buyout, I guess. Sword Soul has actually been going up because it's been seeing a lot more meta relevant play. A lot more players are looking at this, which is really funny because this is going to get reprinted in the tins. So people buying it this close to the tins, like buying whole cores when they should have bought it beforehand, really grinds my gears a little bit. Now, Moyes were about $22, going up to 23 before this. And then I saw them at 25s as of yesterday around, or I should say yesterday, about Saturday around 4 p.m. because I actually ended up buying a playset from somebody. 28 here is cool, but they're $30 right now instead of their 22. So they've been slowly but surely increasing. Emergence, these were about $4 or $5 here, and now they're slowly going up to about $7, $8 here. $8.50. This is obviously one of the ultras that you really need because it's the searcher. And if you control a synchro, you add the worm, which is really, really good here. That has another effect if you banish all that. You guys know what Sword Soul does at this point. Chiaxu is actually about $7 here as well. 7.5 going up to about $9 here. So this card was about $4 or $5, way too cheap for what it was. Now going to $8, $9. A lot of people are looking at Sword Soul, and a lot of people want to play more of this deck. Now Starlight rares, something I highlighted when these were about 120 here, 130. Well, they mostly were about 140, 150. Still about 140, 150 here. Near mid about 152 here. Now if Chiaxu's going up, the Starlight rare is also bound to go up, especially when people are looking at like, well, I'm paying a lot of money for Soul. They have a Starlight and it's not even $200. I should probably go grab that, It's not too bad as a generic card as well for worms, because if the card single summon, you have to deck or bash a Soul Sword card from deck to your hand, and then you can bash a Soul Sword card or worm monster from your hand or graveyard, then target one other effect monster on the field, negate its effects. So basically, well, the first part, if you're playing in a generic build, it's redundant, unless you're playing like a mini Soul Soul engine your worms, which could be possible. But it's basically a banish worm negate. Quick effect negate, not bad. Now, Sinister Sovereign here is something I want to highlight because we have 66 listings here, and these were about $2.50 to $3.50. Now they're about $4, $4.50 here. Quickly going up to the $5 mark. Now I'm not saying that this card is going to spike to something crazy, but if all the Sword Soul stuff is going up, not only will this go up, but this is a card that's not getting reprinted because it's in Battles of Chaos. We're not going to see a Battle of Chaos reprint for at minimum a year. About more than a year. I'll be honest. I think it's going to be like a year and 3 months. But until the next tins, right? So the next wave. So this is a very safe card to invest in if you want to go grab some copies at $4 here. Now, Dimension Force. Wow, this is going to be a long market watch. Is out. And I told people that the set really isn't worth much. You should be getting any of the pre-sales for this. And now the most expensive card, which is Therian Regulus, is not even touching $40. So if people bought pre-sale stuff at $60, boo-hoo, I guess. Never buy at pre-sale, and I don't think there was anything here to buy at pre-sale. $38 here for that. Beyond the Pledge, I'm at 33. You have 75 listings, right? And if I see a wall with 75 listings for a card that's this new on pre-sale, what this means is the card is not even actually $32. It's at least somewhat like, if it's expensive, at least $5, $10 less. This card will probably sell around 2025. I think someone in my last Mark Watch in the comments said something about, hey, they're a good pick at 25. I think they might drop to 20s. Aluber is at 33 here. I mean, everybody, or Albas, I should say, everybody and their mother is going to want this card for their Albaz. I think this is actually a very good price for it. Illegal Knight being about 20, Theory and Lilia being about 19, Starfrost being about 14. Now, this card's actually really good for those who don't know. You target a monster with a different type and attribute. Destroy the monster if you do special in the card. And then when this card destroys a post monster by battle, you can make this card gain attack equal to half the original attack or defense of that monster. Which is, I mean, it's kind of useless, but basically it pops itself and you have a big tuner on the field. I feel like this is something that could be used to destroy cards like a True Draco. You get tuner out on the field, but they don't really go into extra deck, so it's something to keep your eye on. If this tanks, like if this card's going below like $7, I'd actually grab a playset. Liberator Fireburster, can you imagine people were spending $44 on this? People don't remember how Geek Point just crashed, right? And they were actually thinking this card would be worth money. That's hilarious. Liberal Master Displaced. Now the Ultra is worth $8. That's a little dumb. Oh no, this is like a different one. Fire, same thing. You know. Frenzy as an Ultra is $12. This makes Dino Morpheo very, very live here as an Ultra. Now I see 83 listings here, and someone actually asked me to go over this card. So since I see 83 listings, I'm going to apply the fact that this is going to get a lot cheaper. Since, you know, there's a wall of 83 on pre-sales, very close to what the price is. I assume that this card will at least drop to $7. Like, if you see it at $7, I would get then. Do not get now. Just keep monitoring the card and see what it is by, you know, non-pre-sale prices on Friday. Because it's going to be, it could even be $5-6, you know, cheaper than $7. So definitely don't get it now. You have the Pendulum Graph Dragon, which is a good card, but again, not many people are going to want it. This is going to be like $3-4. Psychic Punisher is probably going to be like $5. Scareclaw Ultra probably going to be like $1 or $2. Weather Painter, this is going to be like 50 cents. Therion Disoclamus, I mean, that could be anywhere. $5, this is actually not a terrible price at $6. Could settle around $6, but like I said, I see a wall here. Could go to $3-4. Endless Engine, aggro system, probably about $1 Ultra on that. $1 on this. You know, this set's like, I don't need to go through the rest of the set for you guys to see that's worthless, do I? Cursed Necrofear. Now, this card definitely needs a reprint. It's a collector card for sure. If you guys don't know what this does, it has to be special by a card effect. You can turn 3 banished Fiend monsters, special from this card from your hand. If you do, shuffle those banished monsters into the deck. So, you have 3, so it's kind of like a weird mini dad in a way for Fiends, but what you do is during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed by your in your monster zone by an opponent's card effect and sent there this turn, you special from the graveyard, then you can destroy cards you put cards up to the number of face-up spell traps you control with different names. The reason why this card really isn't good is because, yeah, you could shuffle back Fiends that are banished, but then once this is on the field, it doesn't do anything. It's just 2,800. It is a level 8, so I guess it helps Fiends go into level 8s and recycle, but this is a collector card for sure at this point. $65. If you have this and you don't care about it, or even if you don't care about strongly, I would just sell this card. That's my advice. Creation Resonator. 11 on near mints. These are about 10s on, you know, near mints from Star Strike Blast. People were like, oh, is this ever going to get a reprint? So, you know, it's a weird extender for Resonators. Personally, I think that Konami's done with their Resonator stuff, and they just chose never to reprint this card, which is just really quite sad. Will this be in the next Legendary Duelist? Possibly. They could possibly put it in there, but the chances are slim. If you want to wait a little while for this card, that's fine. If you need this card, I feel like you have to pay $10 on something you're upset with, but with these older decks that are very niche, you're going to always find a couple cards where it's like, I paid way more for this card that only has essentially one use. DD Warrior Lady. DD Warrior Lady's got some cool stuff recently. Goes to the past. My boy Jimmy Haw wanted me to look at these, and you know I always got Jimmy Haw's back. Hobby Leagues here are about 14 for light play. Near minutes are 17. I told people to get this one. It was like $5-6. It bombs out 40 actually. So if you want to grab these $17 copies, might be a good idea actually. You got Secret Rares at about $4.5, $5 here. This just looks so sick. It really highlights the background as well. You know, you kind of have like the ruined city, all that. Like DD Warrior Layer has so much design to it actually. Like if you really look at DD Warrior Layer, in fact we will right now. Not only do you have like the runes in the background that's adding a little lore to the game as well, along with the city, but they have her nice little shadow cast. They put some red on it. You have her suit and everything. It's really, really cool here. Now super rares. Now this they need to update that quality scan. Now, if you go to first eds, and this shocks me, you have lightly played here. Now, this super is used in GOAT and older formats as well. It's a first ed super from Dark Crisis with, reasoning $4. Now, near mints are 14, right? So there's a huge difference between light plays and near mints, and they bottom out at $10 as well. And there's no real wall here, so you buy 2, 3, 4 copies. Let's say 5 copies. It's back to an $8 card. 7 copies. It's back to a $10 card. So it does quickly go up, but you have some very cheap copies that you can grab for DD Warrior Lady. And I think this is a great opportunity for those who are watching my channel who might not be the biggest collectors. Because I know I have a lot of people who like to play the game, like to just know prices, like to just watch these for fun. They're not the biggest investors or the biggest collectors. If you're one of those people, and you're like, hey, maybe, I'll jump in on a few times. $12, a little bit of shipping here, maybe 15, 16, depends. One person picks up. We want to pick up maybe 2 copies here. You could get some decent trade base, a decent collector card for the future. I would definitely advise this. Burstinatrix, someone want me to go over this. $13. Not bad for a Burstinatrix, to be honest. This will go up slowly but surely. It's just there's a lot of copies out right now. If you want to grab this, I don't really see it going lower, and if it does, it's temporarily. Now you have secret rares that are alternate art here, and a lot of people actually like these as well. And what I really hate about this version is you still can't see her leg. I don't know why they just want to hide both her legs here. It's just so weird to me. It's not the biggest problem with Burstinatrix. So you have life plays here for 13, which isn't too bad here. Near mids for about $12.50 here, 15, going up to $18, right? If you have these secrets, I would probably, while they're not bad, I just rather have a sealed lost art. My honest opinion. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon here, getting a reprint in about 3 months. People are scared about, Dragoon, Verta getting banned. $91. If you have this and if you have spares, I would just don't think this card is worth holding on to. Speaking of Verta, yeah, gold's here about $9 here, not too bad. And you have ultras at about 18. If you have this card, just sell it. It's time for this card to go. Starlight rares from Brothers of Legends here. 421, 445. I told people get this at 300. If you did, you still won. But it's calmed down. This card is always going to be worth money. If you guys actually want to spend a lot of money on one card and invest into it heavily, Red Eyes Dark Dragoons are back. I don't have my copy, and I have bills to play. I have to move out, do all this. I won't be able to ever get this unless if someone sees enough trade for it, or if I throw someone an offer that I think is good enough for them, maybe I'll grab it. But, Fortune Lady Every here from Rising Rampage. 11 for Near Mint, 13 for first edition here. Remember, this card does have a reprint, and they're not going to reprint this card. Like, it's been way too long. $14. They could reprint it, but they also short printed this out of Rising Rampage because they were short printing cards at this time. That's just something to hold on to. If you have these or you find these, I'm not saying go crazy, but at least have one copy. Monkey board here from OTS1 here. Also, if there's any squeaking in this video, I really apologize. My chair actually broke recently. So maybe I'm going to be able to fix it. I'm not too sure, but it's very squeaky if I even just move a little bit. Oh, now you want to be quiet. Okay, never mind. It wants to be quiet now, guys. But, yeah. Also, live stream tomorrow, I will be doing not only somewhat of a live market watch, but I'll also be opening a bunch of what's called Dawn of Majesty as well. So, I actually have 6 boxes right here. So, $10 here for these. Twin Twisters, Ultimate Rares here. $90 here, going up to about $100. Not bad, to be honest with you here. I actually told people grab this at 50, then it goes up, As you guys see here, it kind of curves down. I mean, you look at the 6-month price. I guess it's been like this for a little while, but I remember them being 50s within a year. Fusion Destiny Ultimate Rares are bouncing back. These were 60. Now they're about 77. The card's gaining a lot of momentum because I think a lot of people are going to understand that Verta is going to get hit. You can still play Fusion Destiny. You just have to draw it now. And then you have to, people also have to understand that this is a hero card. This is not just a DPE card. This card won't sizzle out just because, let's say, DPE gets and Verta gets banned. Just not saying that it's going to happen, both of them getting banned, but let's just say it, right? Fusion Destiny's not going to fizzle. It'll fizzle out of the meta, but hero players are still going to want this card. So you gotta have to make sure that you have your copies. But 77. Divine A, Zeus here ultis are about 55, 56 here. These have somehow are getting even cheaper. That's ridiculous to me. Grab your ultis while you can. This is stupidity. Like the what should I say? The way I should say it is the Yu-Gi-Oh community is getting really stupid with this card. Like, yeah, but you have Ecclesia here at about $62 as well. This whole OTS is dying. I'm actually opening up some OTS tomorrow as well. So make sure that you actually are there to see that. Sky Striker Ace token, the last card I have today. So near mints are about $7, $8 here. Well, I told people to grab this when it was about a $4 to $5 card. It went up. Now it's about 7, 8. So if you got yours at 4 to 5, well, you made a little bit of money. If you sold them when I told, because I saw 40 and I thought that was ridiculous, sell this, get it later. I saw it at 17.20. I said, hey, if you want to sell now, that's fine. Well, hopefully you sold then. And if you want to reinvest in this card, well, it's a lot cheaper. So let's say you got this, let's say you got a place at about $5. You got rid of them at some type of double digit amount, let's say like 14, 15 each, even trade. Well, you got 45 cash / trade. You could put it back into this card and then you'd still have 2021 left over that you just made profit wise. And you put 15 in like anywhere from 12 to 15 originally. So yeah, what you spent back some plus more money / trade wise, and you still have your playset. If that makes sense to you. Hopefully I explained that well enough. So for those who did something similar to that, great job. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this market watch. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you do. Let me know in the comment section below what I'm looking at in the next market watch or what I'm looking at tomorrow. I'm at least opening up 2 boxes of Donna Match Day. I don't know if I'm going to open up any. I have 6. The donations are wild. I might open up 4, but I definitely want to hold on to some sealed. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.